Hi horse bosses, welcome to my week 3 recap. I hope everyone had a great week 3. Day 1. Day 1 started with lunging Gigi. She was doing good. She's still not quite got her head arched toward me, as you can see in this video. She's too busy looking at everything else, but she is paying a little bit more attention, waiting for my cues, so I feel like that's getting better. It is definitely better from the first week when I went to lunge her and she tried to drag me when she took off. So I feel like we're making a little bit of progress here in the lunging. Day 1 of loping circles with direction change. I feel like Gigi did pretty good with this challenge. She was kind of feeling good and kind of trying to get away from me just a little bit. But I felt like as we did this challenge, she figured it out and got a little better. I was also happy that we could turn and she would start right into a canter going in the right lead most of the time. So the one barrel turn with a sprint, we did pretty good. It didn't take Gigi very long to figure out that as soon as we turned the barrel, I wanted her to shoot out of there. So I feel like this drill is going to be super important into our barrel run, where you want them to fire out of the barrel. I can feel what that means now when people say, oh, your horse needs to fire out of the barrel. I can totally feel that. She did get a little hot, and I did practice this a lot, going to the left, because that's the way our third barrel is in our current barrel pattern. So then I was like, oh crap, I should probably do a couple with a right hand turn. So that's what we did, and Gigi did really well, and I was really pleased with how she was stopping at the fence. So as soon as I got finished with the day 1 challenges, my daughter came by on her way home back to Tucson, and my sons came by with some of my grandchildren, and of course everyone wanted to pet and ride Gigi, and she's hot and fired up and just kind of being a crazy girl from just doing the turn the barrel and sprints. So I kind of just got off, my daughter got on, and she was able to calm right down and give my grandkids each a little kind of ride around our little tiny arena that we have. I was super proud of her. She just kind of cemented herself into my heart a little bit more, and she was so good. There was no fire breathing dragon, no craziness, even with 2 of the little babies crying and screaming while she was doing her little ride. I was so proud of her. Day 2 was race day at the Navajo County Fair. So Gigi got a bath and got all super clean and white. We headed to the fair. I brought my biggest cheerleader and fan, my husband, Alton, and I was able to hang out with Taylor Merrill, another horse boss, who's one of my good friends. So these challenges with speed have me feeling pretty confident enough that I took off the Velcro seatbelt that I had on my saddle, and I saddled up wearing my ranch dressing and tactical and went for it.
Brenda Riddle is headed to number 1. Beautiful looking great. Oh, nice turn here. Let's do it again. Do it again. She will. We got one more. Get her around number 3 and let's go fast. $19.61 APS tells us.
Day 3 doing challenges was really nice. Gigi was responding really well. She was really good doing the lunging. I kind of cut this video and shortened it, but she's listening. It seems like if I have her on the shorter rope, she does better. We went ahead and did the challenges at the Holbrook Arena. We didn't really have a barrel, so we just kind of used a point in the middle of the arena to do our challenges. So I used a little bit bigger bit on Gigi to see if it would bring her back down when we do our drills so that when I run I can use a lighter bit. She was kind of being really strong and really fast, so she wasn't really listening, so we kind of went a little bit shorter on the circles here and then did the rollbacks. And then when we went into the turn the one barrel and sprint back, she did really awesome. She really likes this drill, so I only kind of did it once each day, and I was super happy with her stops and how she did. On day number 4, we were able to go to the Taylor Arena because my home arena is still kind of wet. So I kind of set up my phone and I did some lunging. Another couple of horse bosses were there, Taylor and Brooke, and they got to work their horses too, and Brooke helped us with videoing. Gigi did really good today. She was super more responsive. She was paying attention a little bit better, but I was trying to keep the lunge line kind of short, so to see if it does make a difference. I was pretty happy with how she did lunging. I also worked with Flame on this day. She does really well lunging. She kind of gets a little spicy and feels good, but she has a great stop and she's always watching the rider and cueing to what I'm doing, so I was pretty happy with her lunging. So on the drill, loping circles with stop and direction changes, Gigi was doing pretty good. I was using the lighter bit that I'm planning to run her in later this week, so I didn't get the instant stops that I was getting with the heavier bit, but I felt like she was listening. She started to get a little hot because I am pushing her to run right out of doing her turn, and she started to get a little bit strong. So toward the end of this drill, we started turning faster, like Fallon said, to not let him go quite so far and make him work a little bit more. And she started to kind of come back to me and be softer and listen. And as soon as she did it nice and she did her turns and did it both directions, that was when we called it quit and we stopped. I did this drill on Flame as well, and I didn't really get her going too fast because I mostly wanted to concentrate on her reacting to me sitting deep and having her do the stop. She's still not finished in like how she turns and everything, and that's why she's going to the trainer later this week. But I was super happy with how she does. She has the best stop, and she stops with her butt up underneath her, and it's just easy to sit. So I'm super excited about my future on her. And then here's the one barrel turn with sprints on Gigi. She really is learning how to fire out of that turn and run pretty fast on the way home and then stop. I can definitely tell that she likes to float off to the left when I run her, the way I've been running the barrel pattern. So I'm really excited to see what happens when I change her barrel pattern later this week and start running her back to the left again as the first barrel. Then I did this drill on Flame, and I have to be honest, This was just plain fun. I have never pushed Flame to kind of scoot up under herself and move out. We didn't get the whole video because of the way I had the camera set up, but this little girl can boogie, and for a 3-year-old, I was impressed with how she was running, and I kind of did it a few more times because it was so much fun just to get her to go and move up. And then she came right back down to me, calmed down, walked to the barrel, and was totally just a doll. She and I are going to have a fun barrel future. On days 5 and 6, both my horses got a good rest. I, however, got to go to work and be a nurse for the days, so there you go. I was able to squeeze in one more day of these week 3 drills on day 7. I got home early from an educational day at work, so of course I threw the horses in the trailer and went right over to the arena. Today Gigi was feeling a little bit better, but I am liking how her lunging looks. The rope is not as tight many times during the lunging. She's paying a little more attention. She's moving out. She looks sound. But the rope between us is loose, but it's not dragging the ground or it's not pulling. And she's keeping an ear on me and what I'm doing, which is way more than just even at the beginning of this week that she was doing in her lunging. So I am super happy with how she is paying attention and how our lunging is evolving in this challenge. Flame is also doing very well in her lunging. She was feeling pretty spicy. There's a couple times where she flips her head, she tries to drag me, she kind of bucks and plays, but she's a 3-year-old, so I didn't take it personally. She still is doing really well. She's still listening to me. She's always been really nice to lunge, and I'm super happy that she's just feeling herself and feeling good. And day 7 of loping circles with stops and direction changes, Gigi was feeling really on the muscle and really good today. So she was kind of running around. So of course, after we tried a couple times, we shortened the circle and made her come back to me and listen. I really think I'm using the correct bit on her to do warm-ups and drills versus the one I want to run in. But she was feeling really good and solid, and we had a really good drill, I believe. And then I did this same drill with Flame. She did really well. We didn't quite go quite as much. She still needs work on just her basic turning and cues when you turn her, but her stops are so nice. As soon as you change directions or lean back in your stirrups, she's stopping, and I'm super happy with that. And then the one barrel turn with sprints. Gigi does really well on this, so I only did her once each direction. She did really good. She stopped. She was nice. She kind of started getting fired up. Honestly, after doing this drill, I wanted to set up the barrels and run it, but I refrained. After that, I did the same drill on Flame. She did super well. She has some nice stops. She even left some drag marks when she put her booty underneath herself. She is super fun, and this is the fastest that I have ever gone on her or ever gone on a 3-year-old. I've never pushed a 3-year-old, so this challenge is really pushing me. I'm feeling super blessed and super powerful and super empowered by doing these challenges and being able to not be afraid of the fear of the speed that my horses have. I can't wait to see everyone in week 4. Bye.